Huddle Up team. Well, we love Christmas.
Yes, we do.
In today's video, we are going to offer a few tips on how to reduce the financial stress that often can come with Christmas.
That's right. So we are John and Tara Thorman. We are money coaches, and we are here to help you improve your relationship with money and with each other so you can live your best life. And living your best life includes the holidays. So we want to tackle this subject and help you out today. Now, the articles are already getting published. They're starting to come out talking about how great the financial burden and stress is going to be this holiday season.
It's kind of like a warning.
Right.
Thanksgiving is actually in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from yesterday, and I do believe Christmas, beginning on Monday, it will be 6 weeks.
6 weeks from Monday?
Yeah.
Wow. So here's what people are talking about, right? That they're stressing already because they're expecting to spend money they don't have. They're also talking about traveling less than the past because of the cost.
Right.
And that's awful because you're going to miss your family. And they're talking about buying fewer presents, but also spending more money this year on presents than they did last year, thanks to inflation, right? All around, not a good picture.
Right.
So we don't want to be shopping among the crazy herds of nut jobs out there fist fighting over the last must-have gift, you know what I mean, at Walmart or Target.
Yeah.
Like, that's a disaster. So we don't want that to be you, and we don't want you cranking up credit card debt so that you've got a Christmas hangover in January and trying to figure out how to pay the bills.
Right.
That's no good. Right? We want a little pre-planning, a little thought going into this, because you don't want to be at the last minute rushing into the gas station convenience store to buy your spouse a gift for Christmas to put in her stocking or something, okay?
Like a comb.
She does not want a comb. She does not want a pack of Rolaids. All right. Or him, right, ladies? He does not want a comb, trust me, okay? Or a Monster drink. Like, that just, no. Don't do it, okay? So the Christmas savior at the convenience store, let's avoid that this year.
Please.
Right? Okay. A little preparation, a little planning will be very helpful. Now, we want to reduce the stress, the craziness, because we want you to enjoy the holiday season. We want you to enjoy Christmas and all that it means, right? We want to be able to focus on our family and our friends, our loved ones, and be concentrated on love and joy and laughter and singing and playing and baking and all the good stuff, right? Wrapping presents, listening to Bing Crosby on the record or whatever. Okay, maybe we've progressed a little bit.
Okay, Glenn Miller Band.
You can pull them up on Alexa.
King Cole,
Oh yeah, I unplugged her. I was waiting for the Bing, but we unplugged her. Okay. So before we get into the 3 tips, we just wanted to get a little nostalgic here and talk a little bit maybe about our favorite Christmas traditions to kick off your creativity, okay? Because maybe I'll jump ahead because I love this, right? You think you have a resource problem, like you don't have the financial resources to do what you want this year? That's tip number 1. I'm changing this on the fly, okay?
Yeah.
Tip number 1. It's not about the resources you think you have or don't have.
Right.
Okay? It's about your resourcefulness.
Right.
Okay? And you can overcome any resource challenge by your resourcefulness. That's tip number 1. So know what you've got to work with.
Right.
Do a little assessment. Figure this out. You can see how much money's in the bank, right? You can kind of project out how much money's coming in, but you can also look at what things can you sell that you're not using anymore, or use them as gifts and bless somebody else with them because you know it's still good, right? You're just not using it. So that can become a gift and you don't have to put cash out of your pocket, right? Consider maybe some overtime over the holidays or picking up a seasonal job over the holidays. I mean, you've got plenty of options here. I don't want you to feel like you don't have options because you really do. It's about being resourceful and getting creative, right? So that's tip number 1. Now let's go back and talk about some of our favorite Christmas traditions to stimulate your creativity. What do you got?
Writing Christmas cards. And yeah, I mean, we did that as a family and loved doing that. And I know postage is expensive, but the thought of you can still buy them and you can buy expensive or not expensive cards and go through your neighborhood and just hand them out.
Right.
Or take them to work. There are other ways to avoid the expense of postage.
Mm-hmm.
And making Christmas cookies too with the same thing, baking,
Mm-hmm.
and whether it's a paper dish or go
Just
to
taking a plate of cookies to somebody,
Right.
right? Means a lot.
even the Christmas go to your thrift store, and the old trays, tins
Mm.
can still be $1.
Mm.
And once again,
It'd be fun.
right, and
Yeah.
go through your neighborhood. It's not about mailing them, take them to your neighbors, to folks at work, to your favorite grocery store.
Mm.
Right.
I remember when I was a young adult on Christmas Eve, like going through the snow, driving to friends and dropping off, little presents or popping in for a visit, and just how special that was. And
Right.
one Christmas Eve, I helped some friends of mine be Santa Claus, okay, and actually help them assemble a bike for their kid.
That's so fun.
Right? It was just a great fun time, great memory experience, and that didn't cost any money.
Right. And it's the gift of time that you're giving, in doing cards, in making cookies, in doing the caroling,
The
to
caroling,
your
that's so
neighbors.
good.
Just singing when you're in the store.
They may call the hospital, the psychiatric ward, but
There are many things that you can do that, you'll say it costs money, but then it doesn't. It may take an extra step or two.
Bake
But,
cookies, bake Christmas cookies.
And do it with a friend.
Right?
Or two.
So if you're up north, I grew up in Ontario, Canada, and you grew up in Ohio.
Right.
So we're familiar with snow as
Very
kids.
much.
Going tobogganing, which you call it sledding, right? Which is, on some wood or plastic device, metal, maybe, going down a snow hill to your crashing at the bottom. But that's fun, right? Tobogganing's fun. Making snow angels, building a snow fort, having a snowball fight with the neighborhood kids or with your little nephews, right?
Wow.
Those are the kind of fun experiences that you want to have that don't cost any money, but man, they make you feel so good, right? All right, so tip number 2 is just set a budget, right? Just figure out how much you're comfortable spending, and then don't spend more than that.
Right.
Find a way, okay? Because I want you to remember this. You don't want to spend money you don't have, to buy things you don't need, to give gifts to impress people that really, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not necessary. It's not about the gift. It's about the relationship. And people that truly matter, they want to see you. They want to spend time with you. So I just love it. It's give the gift, the present is your presence, right? And just be fully present, be engaged with the people that are important to you. And that's way more valuable than spending money on some stuff that.
And if it's important to you, include in your budget, because there are some really great deals after Christmas of Christmas cards or things for the Christmas tree and wrapping paper and all of those things that are very pricey before. Include in your budget to be able to spend, maybe $50 after, because some of those sales at 50 or 75% off are really, those are a good thing.
I forgot all about that, but that's true.
You have to have room for it.
The after Christmas sales
Right.
are enormous, right? So maybe you might just want to buy a gift card and give the gift card and say, we'll go spend it when they have their after holiday sale.
That's a good idea.
Right? Your money can go further.
Right.
And they can really get what they want. I'm thinking especially like electronic stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But I guess it applies to probably anybody. But there's going to be after holiday sales because they want to move out what hasn't moved. And you could really make your dollars go further that way. Okay. But guys, keeping up with the Joneses, it's a bad idea. Like, just don't even try. Like, forget about that. That's a losing game right there. Don't play that. Okay. You got any other favorite memories from your childhood with Christmas?
We did a lot of ice skating because we had a pond close by. That was always fun. Just lots of friends and family, and always cookies and hot chocolate afterwards. Once again, spending time.
Yeah.
With people in the neighborhood. It's so good.
All right. So tip number 1 was be resourceful.
Right.
Tip number 2 was to establish your budget.
And stick with it.
Tip number 3 And this is not expected.
Mm.
Right? My tip number 3 is to give to others in need.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is nothing that's going to fill your heart with joy like giving to somebody else.
That's right.
Right? As Tony Robbins says, the secret to living is giving. And this is a great time to do that. Whether it's at Thanksgiving, that impacted his life so much when he was a little boy, when somebody showed up with a Thanksgiving meal at his home and their family had no food, totally transformed his life. You could do that maybe at Thanksgiving or do that over the holidays. Give whatever you can give, I think is awesome. I don't know, you might want to check to see if there's like an angel tree type of situation, maybe at your Chamber of Commerce or at your local mall or somewhere where they have names of people, right? That children that may not be getting any presents unless you pick their name off the tree, and you be that secret Santa to those kids in your community, and you can engage your family, with an activity like that and start training them up in the benefits of giving and making a difference in somebody else's life.
Nursing homes or any kind of elder care, often you would think, they are empty. Family often do not come. And they are so welcome to folks coming in and singing and bringing gifts.
Caroling.
Right, bringing gifts, slippers. There are lists of things that they can always use.
Go to like the nursing home or the elder care facility ahead of time and get ideas or lists or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Do something like that.
Cool. Or the neighbor, if you've got elderly neighbors or whatever, you can shovel their driveway if you're up north, or maybe if you're in the south, you can help them with decorating their house, putting lights up or putting up decorations and then taking them down for them. And there's lots of ways you can give and make an impact, right?
Right. Okay.
So consider giving to others in need. It'll fill your heart with joy. It'll do you good. And it's a great example if you have children, right, or nieces and nephews, haul them with you and do it together and teach them the value of giving and helping other people, right?
Yes. So important.
Okay, guys. So those are some tips for you to really thrive through the holidays and especially Christmas and squeeze the most joy out of it.
So to be resourceful, right?
Yep.
To budget and stick with it.
Yep.
And to give.
Give.
Whatever that giving looks like.
Those are 3 tips. All right.
Very good.
Please like, subscribe, and share. And we will see you on the next video. Bye for now.